Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for the lovely attendees who are here today. I can see them here on this side of my screen. And as agreed, I'm not sharing anybody's details on the recording for anonymity. And yeah, it's really, really nice class. Really nice to see some nice familiar faces. And this is the last one in the series. So we've had a suggestion for everything together that we agreed to work on: self-worth, eating, exercising. We've had something really interesting come up, which applies to everything. So I'll start by explaining what has come up and why it's relevant to you, whatever it is, new thing that you're trying to do or further thing that you're trying to do, whether it's in your career, whether it's with regards to what you eat, whether it's regards to how you move, or whatever it is that you're doing, job, whatever. So it's about starting something new. I'm feeling resistance to it and then being so overwhelmed. It's like, oh, I can't deal with this. Complete shutdown. So it's very common. And the interesting thing is what that lovely person has told us and shared with us, really, really very important, is that there had been some stressful events very recently in the last few days in that person's life. Now, by stressful events, it's not necessarily somebody's cousin dying of cancer kind of event. It can be that, yes, but it can also be something like an electrician coming over and saying, you know what, you need to spend X amount to have your electricity up to spec, or it can be having a flood in the home. And, if you go about drying things, you put a bucket or whatever it is, or you have to turn the water off and not have any water in the home until finally the emergency plumber comes. That may not seem to a lot of people like stress that we need to tap on, but if we don't actually release this stress, and it has been mentioned by somebody else here that you can release this stress by virtually any energy healing technique that you feel comfortable with, because energy healing releases that feeling from your body, which is very important. So what I would say is if you're finding yourself doing something new or doing something to improve yourself and you're feeling like, oh, I can't do this, what you need to do is to stop and ask yourself, and I've just written this down, so I'm just going to read it out. What other stresses are in your life right now? So again, it doesn't matter if that stress in your life doesn't seem like a bad, big, horrible stress. But that stress, even if it's a good stress, like moving home to a nice new place, is actually stressful. Getting a new, really good job is actually stressful. So, without further ado, I'm going to start the music and I'm going to lead you through a stress relief of what is stressing you right now that is stopping you from getting on with achieving your goals. Okay? So, let me just turn the music on. And it would help if I put the volume up so you can hear it. Okay. Excuse me. So, what I want you to do, that is the people that I can see here, the current attendees, please put it in your chat. Think about one thing that is the stress in your life right now. You can share it or you can keep it to yourself. But most importantly, ask yourself where 10 is the most stressed it can make you feel, and 0 is kind of calm. What number do you feel about this stressor right now? I've shared with the group before this what is stressing me. It's a really good stress, but it's like something big that I have to do. It involves a lot of documentation and a lot of meetings and a lot of research. So that is a big stress in my life right now. And so I'm just going to say on a scale from 10 to 0, it gives me a stress of maybe about 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 may not sound big, but 4 out of 10 can stop you from achieving your goals. So let's get it down to close to 0 as possible. So I'm just going to put it in the chat. I know you can't see the chat, so yeah, we've already got some numbers in the chat. So let me make this window bigger so I can see. There we go. We've got a highish number. So no wonder that person can't do what they want to do. Oh, I put in 0 by mistake. It wasn't 0, it was 4. Okay. Okay, we've got another thing. It's again, it's like house things, house renovations, house fixing something in the house. So something like that, even though it might be a good thing, still can be stressful. Okay, so thank you for that. So we've got some high numbers for current stress. So if anybody else wants to share, please do share in the chat. And if not, then just have a thought of that number in your head. And you watching the recording, just write down what number it is, because it'll help you know whether to keep going with the tapping or whether it's time to stop and relax and think about going forward with your goals. Okay? So let's deal with that stress. So when I say this stress in my life, what I'm talking about is this specific stress that you have just gotten a number for right now. And EFT tapping and any energy healing, for example, it's been compared to a method of chakra healing. And that method of chakra healing actually performed pretty much like EFT did, because both of them were very specific on the item that stressed people. Okay? So specificity has been scientifically proven to work as far as I'm concerned. Okay. So with that in mind, whenever I say this stress that I'm experiencing, it's that particular stress that you've identified. So let's tap. We're going to start with the karate chop, go onto the top of the head, eyebrow, side of the eye, under the nose, on the chin, collarbone, and under the arm. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put this bit further back because I want to feel the top of my head. Yes, this is closer to it. It's kind of this is annoying, this one, but it works so well with noise reduction. That's why I use it. Okay, so let's see. Let's tap and see where we go with that. Okay, so tap here with me and either repeat after me out loud or in your head, or just listen to me as you tap. Okay, even though I have this stress in my life right now, I just want to feel better. Even though I have this stress in my life right now, I allow myself to feel better. Even though I have this stress in my life right now, it would would be good to feel better. When we are calmer, we can think more clearly. And we can just get on with whatever it is we want to get on with. And just stop here for a minute and take a slow breath in through the nose and the diaphragm, the bottom of your belly. And a slow breath out through the nose and the bottom of your belly. Okay. And now tap on top of the head. You can tap one-handed, two-handed, or the other hand. Doesn't matter. I'm going to tap two-handed today. This stress that I'm going through right now. And take a breath in. And imagine breathing this stress out of your mind and body and soul. Very good. And on the eyebrow where it meets the nose, this stress that I'm going through right now. And take a breath in. And exhale. Very good. And tap, tap, tap here with me. This stress that I'm going through right now. And take a breath in and then imagine breathing out this stress. It's only a feeling. It's only energy. It's okay to let it go, because when we are calmer, we make better decisions and we can think more clearly. Very good. And under the eye, tap, 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 down. This stress that I'm feeling right now. And take a breath in. And slowly exhale this stress out of your body. Sometimes people don't realize how tense they were with stress until after they'd finished. And they say, oh, I feel so relaxed now. So sometimes the stress people are not aware of, but it is like a tension all over. So I'm going to do the nose and chin together, but you can do them separately. This stress that I'm under right now. And take a slow breath in and hold it. And slowly breathe the stress out of your body. Very good. And on the collarbone, which is the end of the two collarbones here, one or the other or both. This stress that I'm under right now. And take a slow breath in. And breathe that stress out of your body. And under the arm, which is here rather than here. This stress that I'm feeling right now. Here. And take a breath in. Keep tapping as you slowly breathe that stress out of your body, or whatever you can of it. And then put your hands on the heart chakra and close your eyes and just take a moment to thank yourself for recognizing this stress. To congratulate yourself for the work that you're doing to let go of this stress. You can think more clearly about your way forward. And just take a moment to appreciate yourself. You are worthy of being you, not somebody else. You're you. You're special. You don't need to look like someone else. You don't need to talk like someone else. You don't need to act like someone else. You're good enough just the way that you are. And if you don't agree with me, we can agree to differ. We can agree to disagree. That's fine. Take another slow breath in. And exhale what no longer serves you. And so, with the same theme in mind, we have this goal that we want to achieve, but we're overwhelmed because there are stresses in our lives that are stopping us from thinking too clearly. I want you, who are the lovely attendees that I can see here, to write down the number of stress right now as you think about it, where 10 is the most it can be and 0 is kind of calm. And I'll put it in there. I think as I think of that, stress is no longer a 4, it's more like a 2. So I'm just going to put that number in the chat, and you watching the recording, write down your new number and see. We got, yes, somebody else has halved their number, which is very good, wonderful. Any others? Oh my goodness, yes, another reduced number, wonderful. That's great. That's great. Yeah, that's great. Awesome. Okay. So let's tap on current stress a little bit more and see where we go. Because, you know, people ask me, is there some mysterious reason, something that happened in my childhood that is stopping me from achieving my dreams? And if I find that golden nugget, then I can move forward, and let's find out what it is and let's think about what it is. Think about what stresses you right now. Get it down to as low as possible, to 0 if possible. Then you'll be able to think more clearly about what you've got to do right now and the goals that you're trying to achieve right now. And everything will become far less overwhelming, or maybe not even overwhelming at all, and much more manageable. Okay? So let's tap again. Same subject. See if we can reduce it further. Tap here with me. Even though I have this stress in my life right now, I'm doing everything that I am able to let go of the source of this stress. And I just wish to move forward now. Even though I have this stress in my life right now, I've got my plan on how to let go of the source of this stress, or maybe I've already actioned it. So maybe it's okay to let go of some of this stress for now. Even though I have this stress in my life right now, I allow myself to move forward and feel better. And that's perfectly okay. And tap here with me this stress in my life right now. And tap here this stress in my life right now. And here this stress in my life right now. You may notice that I'm not adding the breathing this time. Sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't. So it's not obligatory. And tap here this stress in my life right now. And here, this stress in my life right now. And here, this stress in my life right now. And here, I just want to let this go. And put your hands on the heart chakra. Take a slow belly breath in through the nose and breathe it slowly out through the nose. Okay. Just take a moment to appreciate yourself and being here doing this with me. Well done. So, you're watching the recording, write down your new number as you think about the stress you're going through in your life right now, where 10 is the most stressed you feel about it and 0 is kind of calm. I'm going to write my number down. It's maybe 0.75. So I'll wait for the others to put their numbers in the chat. Oh, wow. We've got a further halving. That's very good. Oh my goodness. That's almost a further halving from somebody else. That's fantastic. That's really good. Really good. Wonderful. Wonderful. I don't know if we can get it down further because this is a short and group session, but let's see if we can. Let's try again. And the idea is, with that stress out of our lives, then we can think about the goals that we've set ourselves to achieve much more clearly. If there's anything we don't understand about them, we can ask somebody or we can Google it. Whatever works, you know. But we'll be able to do it with a clear head when we're not like all over the place. So tap again with me. Even though I have this stress in my life right now, I allow myself to feel better. Even though I have this stress in my life right now, it's okay to feel better. And if I don't feel better, that's okay too. I choose to show myself compassion and go at a rate that works for me and do what feels right for me today. Even though I have this stress in my life right now, I just want to feel better. And take a breath in and exhale. And now we're just going to tap this stress that I feel in my life right now. And here on the eyebrow where it meets the nose, this stress that I feel in my life right now. Yawning is a sign of relaxation, which is good. If you're yawning or burping or sighing, that's good. This stress that I feel in my life right now. This stress that I feel in my life right now. This stress that I feel in my life right now. Ooh, this stress that I feel in my life right now. Stress that I want to release from my mind, body, and soul. And that's okay. In whatever way works for me. Or you can do this on the side of the arm, under the arms. It's not way, it's here. And put your hands on the heart chakra and just give yourself compassion. Appreciate yourself. Tell yourself well done for attending this class. And take a big belly breath in. And exhale. Have a nice big stretch. Ooh. Ooh. As I think of the task ahead, we've got some nice new numbers. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. If anybody has another number, please put it in. And you watching the recording, make a note of your number. You might want to share the number in the chat. And that would be nice. Oh, well done. Excellent. I'm on a 0.19. Going into 2 decimal places today. So yeah, I'm quite happy. Lots of yawning. Wonderful. We've got a reduction for everybody in the class. I hope you feel better and therefore are in a clearer mindset for moving forward with your goals. And just remember, anytime you get overwhelmed or you feel stopped in your tracks in achieving something you want to achieve, ask yourself, what stress is in my life right now? Think about it. Let the stress go. You'll find yourself thinking more clearly and able to move ahead much better. Thank you so much. And I now end the recording. Until next time, see you later.